question. I had to use serverless on one project, and I heard a lot of good things about it, and I like the idea. But then I found out, in using it, that if a team has already invested some time in Terraform, a lot, a lot of the things that, at least in this project, were being tentatively done with serverless could just as easily be done with Terraform. Creating a Lambda is no more difficult in Terraform than it is in, it's not easier in serverless. You still have, to have a spec file, and you specify your layers and blah, blah, blah. If you are new in the sort of infrastructure landscape and you want to, serverless is a great way to start because, it'll do your exec roles for you and all, those kinds of little things behind the scenes. But if you're already invested in Terraform, I found there's not as much benefit. Plus, you're introducing a new way of thinking about deployment, which is CloudFormation, right? Which serverless framework uses. Sorry, that wasn't specific. I meant serverless framework specifically.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Anton Babenko's project, serverless.tf?
Yeah. So well, is that the one in the Terraform registry? Because I did find something like that.
Yeah, it's the one in Terraform AWS modules, is also this one here.
Yeah. And then Babenko, I think his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
ended up using that. Now, so I was just curious what other people's experiences were with that versus serverless. If there's
to me, this ends up in this territory like we were talking earlier with Pulumi. If like you're a TypeScript organization and then introducing Terraform, is a harder sell perhaps when you could just
yeah,
use Pulumi and everything is the same. If you're an organization with already sophisticated Terraform adoption, maybe you want to then fit that square peg through the Terraform round hole, which is possible because Terraform has local exec and you can get away with everything. What I don't like about it, from my perspective, is I think serverless, the framework, serverless, the company behind it, is providing a lot of thought leadership on how to do serverless beyond just how to deploy it. And I feel like Terraform is a pretty good tool for doing deployment of infrastructure. But I think it's a pretty bad CI tool or build tool. Like, I don't want to build my serverless packages or dependencies and stuff like that with Terraform. So I don't like that. I feel like serverless and the Terraform solutions I see for deploying Lambdas, I think overreach their bounds where they actually enter into the area of build systems, where they build the Node.js app or the Java app, and they package that as a zip file, and then they deploy that. But I don't think Terraform should be responsible for that piece at all. And I think that piece should move into whatever CI pipelines you have today. So your GitHub Actions, they create your serverless app, and they push that artifact somewhere. And then how you deploy that artifact, that is a conversation we can start talking about. Do we use Terraform? And if we use Terraform, I would only suggest using Terraform at that stage if you have a very elegant Terraform continuous delivery story. So how are you doing continuous delivery with Terraform? Are you using spacelift or Terraform Cloud or scalr or one of these other solutions? Then maybe that makes sense to trigger your continuous delivery for Terraform. But if you don't, then I think I would look for other options for deploying that, whether it be like for example, Serverless TF has their own continuous delivery offering for it as well. Is it clear kind of the part that I don't like about the Terraform building your Lambdas?
Yeah, I think for me, like there's two parts of Lambdas, right? There's the code that will be run when the Lambda gets called,
Yeah.
and there's the Lambda as an infrastructure item, right?
Yeah.
That has
Yeah.
a representative in the
Yeah.
AWS console. I think that piece does belong with Terraform.
I
That's
think
just
it does.
like any other.
It's totally acceptable in Terraform, and I agree, and would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right, and I mean, so like there is a module in the Terraform registry. I think it's called Terraform AWS Lambda. Um, And I think it does refer to this serverless.tf, but it's a separate module. I don't know the details of the differences, but that one does do the packaging. So, but that's optional. You can tell it that you don't want that. So in other words, you could have your Jenkins or whatever, package up your Lambda code, put it in S3, and then get this Terraform AWS Lambda module to fetch it from there and deploy it with your Lambda.
Yeah.
Provision your Lambda, basically.
The thing I don't like, what we want to avoid is like where you run Terraform, you don't want that to have all your build tools installed, right? That's the key thing. Terraform should not be involved with CI.